Hi folks, I'm going to do a bit of a little drawing on here. I've primed this, or gessoed, primed with PVA glue and some chalk to make a bit of tooth on this bit of MDF. It's 2mm thick MDF, well it's 2mm thin MDF. It's super stuff to paint on. Rub it down with a bit of very coarse belt sanding paper. Blow the dust off, or vacuum the dust off, and gesso it. Add some chalk dust or some plaster crack filler dust into it, and you can get a nice bit of texture underneath. Then I've just coated it with a very light, thin wash of burnt umber, acrylic burnt umber, just to give a mid-tone. Just a little word that we all work from other artists, we all work from each other, we share ideas, sometimes unintentionally, but what I don't think you should do is to copy slavishly, because remember, when you copy, say if you copy my paintings, I've done the simplification for you. You can copy it almost and exactly do a better copy of my painting than the original painting, but I have selected what goes in, what doesn't go in. That's the hard bit, as often as not. The easy bit is actually doing the copying, but we learn by copying. But eventually we can stand on our own 2 feet, and even if we work from other artists, we can change things around, take the idea and run with it. That's the joy of art. There's no limit. So I want to do a bit of a rocky scene here, sort of abstract, sort of nothing really. Just have a sort of a horizon up here with a nice sky. Nothing drawn, but no exact edges, no horizon. We want to lose the horizon. And I've got some black. I use black because I like black because it makes wonderful greens with the yellows. So let's just squeeze a little bit out. I've kept this moist in my Stay Wet palette without any water in, just to stop the paint from evaporating. I want to get a bit of that cadmium light out. I want the pale. That's a deep. Where's my pale? There we are, got some pale here. Pale. Not going to use much of this, but since I can keep the colours nice and moist, I'm more than happy to keep them moist and keep them going. When I sort of actually run out of all these paints on here, in one go, I'll probably go back to watercolour. Now that's burnt umber. Burnt umber is the fastest drying colour on the palette. Bit of burnt sienna, look, still going strong. So let's just block in those just get these drawn in. We can just go. Just get a bit of colour on there. Put blue on there. Doesn't matter because we're going to change all this. Not sure that is. I think I might have dried off a bit. Okay, that'll do for a start. With plenty of cloth. As you know, I clean my brush as I go. in this bit of toweling, and we'll start a sky now. Now I want quite a dramatic sky. I like the blue. That's my cobalt blue. Let's mix it with a bit of black. Been blackberrying this morning with my grandson. Picked probably about six pounds of blackberries. Load of cherry plums. Pretty medium. So let's just get some colour in here. Plenty of oil. I want a stormy sky. Probably just a little bit Constable used to paint his ground in burnt umber, I believe. And that's why his greens are so good. The burnt umber or lighter burnt umber can sometimes be reddish, very dark red, very deep red, deep reddy brown. And it would show, he would allow it to show through his green foliage. Well, of course, green is the complementary of red. That's why his trees, so that it wasn't always obvious, the burnt umber background behind the greens, but it's wonderful, wonderful. Alright, let's get a bit of sky in here. I want quite a bit of warm. Bring that over the horizon. Can get a bit of movement in this. Get a bit of medium, bit of fast drying oil. Taking a bit of trouble, problem covering up. That horizon line I drew. Right, have a touch of red in that. Well, there we are. Get rid of any hard edges. Just want to moderate some of that darker sky now. Yeah, that's all right, that's coming on there. Getting carried away now. The bike ride this morning and the blackberrying was in Peddington farmland where they've been doing all the quarrying. Ah, a bit creamy colour in there. Right, let's get some work out a bit of a colour here, a bit of rhythm, bit of keeping it soft. Put the darks on. Just sort of build it up as you go. That ultramarine is not really very ultramarine at the moment. So that's a bit better, just to get a bit of, whoops. I'll put a lot of white on there and a bit darker. Right, now we're going to bring it all together. Let's get some crashy waves. A bit of oil. Now we start to model into that. Load of thick paint here. Right, now we need to put in a bit of dark in there now, a bit of shadow. There's a real good rough sea going on here. Well, I'll put that in a minute. I like that. That's exciting. It might not be very realistic, but it's a painting there. Oh, this is my little frame. This is only a 10 by 8. Good. Hold that with a bit of this blue tack. See, I'm sticking it to the my painting board, or my bit of MDF. So there we are. Nice little. That's a bit too even there. We'll alter that. Right. Okay. Let's move the camera over. Okay, rough. Probably needs a bit of wet on the brush and put a bit of modelling in there. I think a little bit of that water. Over there. No, I don't want to do too much and ruin. We've got a good impressionist feel there. Right, that's going to do. Thanks for looking in, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.